Part 2, OFTHE Spirituality of St. John Paul II from the beginning of his life. He was born Karol Joseph Wojtyla to Karol and Emilia Kaczorowska Wojtyla on May 18, 1920, in Ładowice, a small city in the foothills of southern Poland. For centuries it had been a regional center of crafts and trade, and by the end of the 19th century, it had a very active academic and cultural life. Until the Second World War, Ładowice also boasted a large well-integrated Jewish population. The Wojtylas were devout Catholics, and from the beginning, they instilled a love of the faith in their children. They lived in a second-story flat next to the city's main parish, Church of the Presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Growing up in such close proximity to it helped cultivate Karol's spiritual life from an early age. Every day he could see it from the windows of his home and hear the sounds of liturgies and devotions taking place within it. At an early age, he became an altar server and the church was like a second home to him. However, when he was only 9 years old, the tranquility of Karol's childhood was suddenly shattered with the death of his mother. Instead of remarrying, his father, a retired officer from the Austro-Hungarian army, chose to raise Karol and his brother Edmund alone. He was to be a great influence on the formation of young Karol's early spiritual life. According to Jerzy Klunger, Karol's lifelong Jewish friend from Ładowice, the captain's outstanding characteristic was that he was a just man. And he believed he had a responsibility to transmit that commitment to living justly to his son. During those formative early years, the elder Wojtyla had an enormous influence on Karol's own spiritual development. He would remember his father as a man of constant prayer, whom he would often see praying silently on his knees late at night. His father's example was for him, in a way, his first seminary, a kind of domestic seminary. In 1932, only 3 years after the death of his mother, tragedy struck the family again. Karol's elder brother Edmund unexpectedly died. The young Karol was now left with only his father. Ładowice was a regional center of literary life and theater, which began to interest Karol in his high school years. Mieczysław Kotlarczyk, one of the city's theatrical directors, had a deep influence on Karol in the relationship of the proclaimed word to the dynamics of history. A devout Catholic, Kotlarczyk believed that drama was a means of transmitting the word of God, and that the actor, by opening up the realm of transcendent truth, had a function not unlike a priest. One can already see in this the beginning of the development of a certain aspect of Blessed John Paul's spirituality by means of which he began to realize the power of the Word to transform history. As Pope, he would write that the Word is the primary dimension of the spiritual life and that the Word, even in a literary or linguistic sense, comes close to the mystery of the Word. After Karol completed high school in 1938, his father decided that the two of them would move to Krakow where Karol would begin university studies in Polish philology at the Jagiellonian University. It was a much larger city and center of culture where he was able to immerse himself in the theater and literary pursuits that so captivated him. Thanks for watching. Please share and subscribe for more. Thanks.